so much from our guest speaker. And today again, we'll be learning on benefits of artificial insemination in cattle production. I want to believe that we have all come prepared with our writing materials to take notes and also to ask one or two questions in the course of the training. We can, well, pen down our questions because our guest speaker for today will do justice to all questions that will be asked in the course of the training for today. So with the excitement in our hearts, I want to welcome our guest speaker for today. He's an animal scientist, he's a breeder, and also an artificial insemination technician. I present to us this morning Mr. Fagbenle Abdulakim Abimbola. You are welcome, sir, and we are happy to have you in our midst.
Yeah, good morning, everyone.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, I'm Fagbenle Abdulakim Abimbola, a graduate of animal science from the Department of Animal Science of Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife. I'm a member of the Nigerian Institute of Animal Science as graduate animal scientist. This morning, I'll be presenting on the benefits of artificial insemination as a means for improving livestock productivity. Here are the course outline. The concept of artificial insemination. We all need to know the concept of artificial insemination, what artificial insemination is all about, how artificial insemination is being done using the proven bull, cattle, the estrus and estrus signs, ovulation, the timing of artificial insemination, what AI kit is composed of, the proper procedure in carrying out artificial insemination, and the qualities which you need to know about a good artificial insemination technician. Then the benefits in which we need to derive from an artificial insemination. Yeah, moving on to the concept of artificial insemination. Can everybody hear me? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir, we are with you. We can hear you.
Okay. Hope everyone can see the slide. Hope the whole.
Yes, sure.
Okay,
yes, we can see it.
Yes, okay, sir. All right. So the concept of artificial insemination in short, is a means of improving our breed using any other means apart from the natural mating. The artificial insemination can be carried out in various animals, such as the cattle, which we all know, the dog, which some of us might have seen, even horse, and other larger animals like the buffaloes and the elephants. So it's a form of assistance, is a form of ARTs, which is the assisted reproductive technology. Artificial insemination, this is a manual placement of semen, which is obtained from a proven bull. That is a bull that have superior genetics and characteristics. So into the female reproductive tract using other means apart from the natural mating by a trained personnel or technician. So these are the processes. These are the processes in which we can use to collect our semen. Our semen comprises of, as we all know, it comprises of what? The spermatozoa and what? The seminal plasma. So the semen can be collected in various forms. Artificial vagina can be used. Also, manual stimulation, like palpation of the male reproductive tract. So it can be used to obtain our semen. And also, electrical method can be used through a vibrator, so which we place in the hand on the body of animal. So, and in turns, the semen will gush out. Semen cryoscopy. This is just a means of preserving our semen using extenders. So we have various extenders, such as the coconut milk. So it can be used as extender. So because in a single drop of semen, a lot of sperm cells are embedded in it. So which we have millions of sperm cells, and the whole million through natural mating will just be injected into the female reproductive tract, and this will serve as a waste, which we can still partition into various sections inside a tube So the extension, the semen extender, comprises of what? The lipoprotein, the sugar, the cryoprotectants, and the glycerol. So these are added to the semen and stored under the liquid nitrogen in a tube. During ejaculation, the sperm cell the seminal plasma is being activated and swim towards the egg, which will lead to fertilization of the egg cells. Let's move to estrus. Estrus means eats. It's all we all know, eats in animals. And there are various signs of it in animals. Some animals have silent, their eats sign are always silent, while some you see eats in their behavioral acts, such as sniffing of other animals over. You see them restless. You see them jumping over the fence. Then the utmost sign which an artificial inseminator needs to know about estrus in an animal is the discharge of a clear mucus, as in very clear, thin film, so which is colorless, so will be discharged from the vagina of the animals. Ovulation. Ovulation, as an animal scientist, we need to know the concept of ovulation. Ovulation is the release of matured oocytes, matured one, not due to some abnormalities. So some animals might release immature egg, so which can never be fertilized by the sperm cell. So in ovulation can be done manually or artificially. So it can be used, artificially, it can be done using some hormones, such as the estroplants, so which contains prostaglandin F2 alpha. So this can be injected into the body of animal to stimulate ovulation in them. Yeah, we can talk about the timing of artificial insemination. There is a rule guiding all artificial inseminators about the timing of artificial insemination, which is the AM or PM rule, which simply means when you observe that your animal is on heat in the morning, then you need to inseminate 12 hours later, that's in the evening. So you need to inseminate 12 hours later. So because the time of ovulation, the time which the animal ovulates, and the time for the egg cell, the oocyte, to transport itself into the reproductive tract, where the fertilization occurs in animal is the ampulaismic junction. So the time for the traveling of the egg cell from the ovary into the artificial ampulaismic junction, as in is exactly something like 12 hours interval. So which we need to observe. So, and if you should go during, if you should observe that the animal is on heat earlier, and just check within that time frame, you see what we are in particular about. So then going through the animal, you say even if the discharge, the thin clear white film is not discharging, at that period, when you insert your hand into the rectum of the animal, you see the discharge easily, so easy. And this way facilitates a productive process of artificial insemination. Our AI kit. Our AI kit comprises of all these items. If you don't have all these items in your AI kit, it's not complete. You have the AI bag, which we can all see. This is the bag where the items, the materials for artificial insemination are being kept. We have the AI gun, which is the utmost material which we need for insemination. We have the cyto cutter. It is used in cutting the manufacturer's seal end of the semen straw. You know, I've already said earlier that the semen, after being extended, it's being stored into a straw. Hello? Are we together?
Yes, we are together, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Hello. Are we together? So we also have the liquid. Yeah, we have the liquid nitrogen. We have the liquid nitrogen tank. So where a liquid nitrogen is stored. So for the preservation of our semen straw. We have the towing flask, which is used in monitoring the temperature, as in you pour your hot water in it. Then, because after towing, the semen is stored at a temperature of minus 78 degrees Celsius. So you need to break that dormancy period. So and bring it back to its normal temperature, which is between 33 and 37 degrees Celsius. We have the tweezer, because you can't use your hand to pick the semen straw from the tank. So you need a tweezer, because once you use your hand to pick it, it's like you are changing the temperature just instantly, which should be stepwise. So you need to use your tweezer to pick the semen and drop it into the twine flask carefully. So then we also have your disposable shields. You have the elbow length glove. Then you have your lube oil, which facilitates the easy penetration of your hand into the rectum of the animal. You have your tissue paper as well. So before you can carry out any process, the vagina and the rectum area of the animal need to be cleaned, because of so as to avoid bacteria transportation into the female reproductive tract, which can lead to an unsuccessful insemination practice. The following are the procedure of artificial insemination. One, you pre-warm your gun. Then also you check the breeding record of the animal so as to avoid inbreeding in animals. You remove your straw from the tank using your tweezer. You drop it into the twine flask, which you have your warm water, which is between 33 degrees Celsius and 37 degrees. So to maintain the body temperature, then you place it in the twine flask for like 30 seconds. Then you remove it, wipe and clean thoroughly. Ensure that there is no water on this semen straw. Shake, then call the manufacturers and place it inside your artificial insemination gun. Then approach your animals from the rear. The animals must have been thoroughly restrained so as to avoid injury to the to the technician. So after that, you can approach your animal from the rear, tap, then insert your hand, the hand which you are used to, either your right or the left, into the rectum, locate the cervix of the animal, then insert your gun at angle 45 into the vagina of the animal. After inserting, then maneuver your way and ensure that your gun reaches the ampullized junction. So then deposit your semen inside. Remove your gun carefully, then discard all the disposables, such as the disposable sheets, your elbow length glove. Then take the record. There's always a reading on the straw, so as to notify the sire which was used. So you take the record of the animal to avoid what's inbreeding in your subsequent breeding. So these are the qualities of a good artificial inseminators. Artificial inseminator must have a sufficient skill. It must be conversant with the physiology of the female animal. It must be hygienic. It must be good with record keeping. And also it must be readily available. Then also the charging for the practice, at least it should know how to entice his customer, his clients with practice, with a reasonable price. It mustn't be too high. Then the faults which you can see during the procedure of artificial insemination So when your semen is overexposed to air, so you are liable to have a zero result in your practice. Incorrect deposition, because at times you think you are inside, you are at the junction where you're supposed to drop your semen, which you've never reached. So you dropping it, you have limited semen in the straw. You have less than, instead of millions of sperm, it's been reduced to a million cells. So which you need only one sperm cell to swim through into your reproductive tract to fertilize the egg. Then also, if the semen is not properly sealed, poor sealing by the DAS from the manufacturer, so it can lead to not successful AI. Then negligence of opening the vagina, or you introducing the bacteria from the rectum into the vagina. So it can also lead to an unsuccessful artificial insemination practice. The following are the benefits which we can derive from the artificial insemination. And likewise, we also have some misconception about our people on artificial insemination. The benefit of artificial insemination. The use of artificial insemination on dairy cattle in Nigeria improve the genetic capacity of our animal and in turn enhancing our milk production. Like for instance, in our local cow, the maximum milk production which you can get from them is maximum of 5 liters in a day, in a whole day. So, and you using a higher breed, such as the Austin Frisian, which you can get up to 40-45 liters in a day. So with artificial insemination, balancing the two, at the end of the day, you see that you'll be able to get something like 30-25 liters of milk. Also, it increased the efficiency of production in animals, because we have some animals, there's a lot of characteristics in which animal possesses. Some have easy calving, some with larger, with larger offspring, some with a lot of admirable characteristics. With the help of artificial insemination, you can be able to get that one. Also, it preserves your bulls, your desirable bulls. It preserves it a lot. So, because you can have your semen bank, so which the semen collected from your bull, it can be stored, because a semen which has millions of sperm cells, and you can imagine just splitting it into tube, which can contain only 1 million sperm cells. See how you extend the lifespan of your bull. Even if your bull is dead and not living, you extend the lifespan of the bull. Then also, it reduces disease transmission in animals. So with that, for instance, the brucella, this is in animal, had it been your desirable sire is having brucella or any other disease which is communicable between animals. So or maybe cough as well, simple cough, which can cause a farmer a lot of things. So with artificial insemination, it's just the semen that you need to collect. So then inject it into the female animal. Then you don't need to bring your bull down, your desirable bull, before you can inseminate. It also reduces hazard in your head. Your bull might be bigger than, than your cow. And during the process of climbing, either the bull or the cow can have issues, so which leads to loss of the head. The following are the misconception which people have about artificial insemination. Artificial insemination is being practiced. Artificial insemination generally in Nigeria is not that acceptable, because majority of our farmers, our cattle farmers, they're from the north, which they have this cultural defects, cultural belief that all what they need to have is these white Fulanis, these white cows. so which has never improved, which has never helped in improving the artificial insemination practice. Also, the religious perspective, it plays a wide role in artificial insemination practice because most of our farmers, they are Muslims and they are from the north. Even I'm a Muslim as well. So some don't believe in using artificial practice on animal for reproduction because they will just rubbish the whole thing. Then also, most people think artificial insemination is quite expensive. No, artificial insemination is not expensive. If you look at the value of what you are deriving from it, you see that it's not expensive. So with all this, artificial insemination is a strategy. Artificial insemination strategy are most appropriate in assessing performance and varies depending on whether emphasis is placed on the semen quality or difference among female animals. In short, this simply means that the performance of artificial insemination varies widely from animals. So the success rates of artificial insemination, it varies widely. So the quality of semen use is very important for us to know. And also the trait of the animals, the female animals in particular, because majority will just go into artificial insemination without studying the cow which they want to use. And they won't vary it with the semen which they are bringing in. So once you have a larger semen, so which you introduce into the female animal, it can cause a lot of problems. So, and this is one of the challenges which we are facing in artificial insemination. And also, part of the challenges which is faced is that for the country, it's a new practice. Young farmers are to be encouraged with the practice of artificial insemination for it to have it to go a long way and to improve ahead in this part of the country. In conclusion, in dairy industry, artificial insemination is a good example of how health can be improved effectively. That is the milk production or the beef production, either, because it can be used in either way. It's either you are going for milk production or you are going for beef production. So, and with that, you need your desirable bulls. Artificial insemination, AI, allows for the practical use of gender selective semen where high percentage of progenes are obtained. You can easily select your semen. So for you to have a high percentage that, yes, I'm ascertain that this breed that I'm having is a bull or a cow. So, and with the help of governments, so it can be subsidized and enable it to reach where it's supposed to be reached, because majority of our farmers, they are still in this preliminary stage of farming. So we introducing it in, then we can have a bumper harvest of meat and meat production. Thank you for listening. So here are the sources which we've recorded. This is when this is the previous Nigeria Dairy Development Program, which was held in Shaki in Oyo State, and Fashola, same in Oyo State, Southwest Nigeria. So these are training. These are our personnel, our team lead. So with the artificial inseminators. So these make plants in Fashola in Oyo State, farm life. Then these are the sources which we've ascertained. These are the crossbreeds during the process. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much,
Thank
sir.
you
We
very much,
appreciate the
too.
presentation.
Mm.
I want to believe we have questions. Please, we will move to our WhatsApp group now just to answer all questions. So please, if you have any question, the WhatsApp group will be open. I want us to move to the WhatsApp group now to answer all questions because our guest speaker will be available to answer all our questions. Thank you so much, sir. We appreciate the presentation. We've learned so much from it. I want to believe that people have questions. So we'll go to the WhatsApp group now to answer all our questions. Thank you.
Yeah, so thank you everybody. The WhatsApp group is already open, so we can just any question we have, we can direct it immediately to that place, and our facilitator will be there to answer our question. Once again, I want to appreciate everybody for joining us this morning. Thank you very much, and we will continue next week. And that's of next week. We are having a facilitator from Kenya that will be telling us about early detection of pregnancy and failed breeding. So once again, we want to say thank you to everybody, and do remember to follow us on our social media platforms so that you can be updated and about some of the trainings that we are organizing. Once again, thank you very much, and I will see you on the other side. That's WhatsApp group. Thank you very much, and bye for now.